3 fragrances that you should be wearing for the fall/Halloween season. All tricks, no treats in this episode. These are 3 fragrances that I think are perfect for this time of the year as the leaves start changing color and the temperature starts to drop. Well, in today's Cephalabon contributor video, I'm going to be letting you in on these 3 fragrances in today's co-curated list between myself and Michelin Kamen of Cephalabon. I'm also going to let you in on a very special giveaway opportunity, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I talk to you about these 3 fragrances that I think are perfect for the fall/Halloween season, all of these have a spooky air and flair about them, and this is a co-curated list between myself and Michelin Kamen. I want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and also please give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. It helps a lot and it goes such a long way. So if you want to participate in the giveaway, very special giveaway, you can go home with a bottle. All you have to do is visit cephalabon.com. For your ease, I'm going to put it down below in the description box. It's going to be the first link. After you've read through the article, as long as you're a registered reader, the only thing you have to do is just drop a comment on the article. It's a really simple process. Just make sure to check back on over to cephalabon.com on the date that's mentioned in the article, because that's when the winner is going to be announced. So if they announce you as the winner, you want to make sure that you are there to claim your prize. You don't want it to get lost. So here are 3 amazing fragrances for the fall and winter, but these are all Halloween themed or Halloween inspired, and they all have a really addictive element about them. They all have something about them that I really love, really enjoy. And of course, these brands manufacture multiple fragrances, but there's something about these specifically that I think are ideal for this time of the year. As I said before, all tricks, no treats. And of course, the first one that I want to talk about, because I'd like to get this one out of the way, it's one that I personally creatively directed. It's one that came out in the year 2020, and by Navitus Parfum. It's called Arcanum. Now, of course, this one is a very mysterious, dark, resinous, smoky, incensey type of a fragrance. The perfumer for this is Jorge Lee, and he's also done Hachevat by Nishane. He's done so many beautiful fragrances in the industry. Arcanum is this really dark, super long-lasting fragrance, extrait de parfum concentration. And of course, this one contains coconut, osmanthus, cinnamon, vanilla, a lot of resins. You have this incensey backbone. So this is a very dark, mysterious type of a fragrance. Not necessarily gothic per se, but it's very much so on the dark side of things. And so this is one that kind of puts me in that mindset of like the darker times of the year, not necessarily in terms of, you know, feeling dark, but ambiance. And so, of course, as we enter the fall and the winter, you know, sunset is a lot earlier on in the day. Here, you know, on the East Coast, it's around 6:15, 6:30 p.m. It used to be past 8 p.m. So Arcanum, dark, mysterious. I personally love this one. And of course, I think Jorge Lee did an amazing job with this one. I would not have been able to put this one out had it not been for his professional perfumer expertise. The next one I want to talk about is by Maison Margiela. Now, let's be honest. They have so many fantastic fragrances for this time of the year. Jazz Club is also kind of dark and ambery, although it's a bit more playful than, you know, something like Autumn Vibes. Autumn Vibes is this beautiful perfume. It has this red leaves accord, and it's just an amazing fragrance, right? But the one that I went with, just because I do have a fire pit, and I always like lighting up a fire at this time of the year, especially if it gets a little chilly outside and you're just hanging out in the backyard with friends or company or whatever, and you just want to, you know, light the fire, warm yourself up a little bit. It's by the fireplace. Now, I don't have an actual fireplace. You know, I live in a very urban neighborhood, but this fragrance, beautiful, right? So it's a little smoky. It has vanilla. There's a touch of chestnut in here, which summons to mind that song, you know, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, especially if you're camping or you have this sort of mindset of, you know, lighting a log on the fire and just sitting around the warmth and, you know, enjoying the company of family and friends. This is such a beautiful fragrance from the brand. And I actually prefer this over autumn vibes. I own both. I think they're both quite wonderful. Jazz Club is beautiful too, but I prefer this one. It's such a gorgeous fragrance, and in hindsight, I probably should have picked up the larger size. I got the smaller one just because I wasn't sure. I do a lot of blind buying, but this one is truly a gem, and I love this one. And of course, Halloween/autumn themed, you can't go wrong with this one. Now, in the #1 spot, and this fragrance is beautifully made, I must tell you. It's such a perfect combination of all of these ingredients. There's vanilla, there's chocolate, there's sort of a dark chocolate ingredient, there's iris. So it's smooth and billowy, and it has this beautiful floral personality. And I don't talk about this one enough. I know I've mentioned it on my channel a couple of times, and maybe one of those times was in passing. Maybe I included it in a list or something like that. But this is one that really deserves the praise. It deserves a lot more mention on the YouTube fragrance community, stratosphere, if you will. And this one by Osman is called Killer Vavoom. And of course, with a name like Killer Vavoom, you can just imagine that this is going to be a very fall, Halloween-inspired fragrance, but it's this beautiful medley of chocolate, vanilla, and iris. That's the best way to put it. The perfumer is Miguel Matos, and this is so beautifully done. I mean, just even the color of the liquid in the bottle, of course, I'm sure you can pick up on it right away. The performance on this is absolutely incredible. These two are going to last you all day. If we're talking about Maison Margiela by the fireplace, you'll get about 7 hours longevity. So it's not the longest lasting fragrance, but if you're looking for longevity, if you're looking for warmth, if you're looking for mystery, if you're looking for sensuality, complexity, and originality, you're going to find it in Killer Vavoom by Osman. And I must say, it's definitely the type of fragrance that you want to wear right around this time of the year when you want to put yourself in that mindset, that headspace of fall. Of course, we've left a lot of our citrus fragrances behind, our aquatic fragrances behind, but there's something really special about this fragrance. And having had this bottle in my collection for a few years, you can tell I haven't really worn a lot of it. A little bit goes a very, very long way. 2-3 sprays, you're good for the day. Look, 3 amazing fragrances for the fall/winter, but also these are spooky fragrances for the Halloween season. I want to hear from you. Which of these have you tried, and what fragrances are you going to be wearing the most in the fall? Now, if you know what you're going to wear on Halloween, maybe you're going to dress up and go out and trick or treat, or you're going to be with family and you're going as a group. If you've already selected it to kind of match the theme of your costume, that's kind of cool. Let me know. Drop your comment down below. If you have any fall favorites that you just keep coming back to year after year, I would also like to hear from you as well. Drop that comment down below. But ultimately, thank you so much for watching. I hope you took something of value from today's episode. And if you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So thanks again for watching. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.